Welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment.
Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. And yes, that is a new intro. Now, I'm not sure. I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I'm a nerd, so I'm into nerd content. I love King the Conqueror already. Love him from the comics, excited for him. And it kind of fit, and I was working on it today a little bit, and I just wanted to throw it out there. Now, it's kind of long, so I'm not going to use it for every video, and I'm not sure if I even love it yet. I may wake up tomorrow and hate it, but I wanted to try something a little different, and I kind of like it right now. Let me know your thoughts live streaming in the comments. But I'm not going to do it for every video because I know YouTube wise, people like short intros. So sometimes I do it, sometimes I won't, depending how big the video is, depending if I'm really about to go off or not. If I'm not, I'm just going to do the quick intro and just keep it pushing. Now, Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I know that everyone believes that I'm not looking forward to this game. Now, that's not necessarily true. Now, I'm not very optimistic in terms of our chances of winning this game. I don't particularly care if we win this game because, in my opinion, this team is not likely to make the playoffs. But regardless, this is the Tennessee Titans in the AFC South Championship. And this is something you gotta tune in and watch. This is something that at least even me wanting to honestly lose this game and secure a top 10, 11 draft pick. Hey, would beating the Jaguars and making the playoffs again, making the playoffs again be so bad? Would I, not mind seeing the tears of Jacksonville Jaguar fans? I wouldn't mind. I mean, they're already talking trash all over the internet. Just talking about, Duval, we're gonna, show out and win in this game. We'll see about that, guys. But for right now, I'm now actually feeling better and better about our chances to win this game as we ease closer and closer into it because ultimately this team is a lot better and a lot healthier than it's been in recent weeks. Last week we said everyone, obviously, basically going all in for this game. And while I can disrespect Joshua Dobbs, and will continue to, while I can disrespect Dennis Daly, who absolutely deserves it, and I think we all agree on that, and a lot of this offensive line, Derrick Henry is still Derrick Henry. Jeffrey Simmons, although he has not been playing at the all-pro level he was playing on earlier this season, he's still Big Jeff Simmons. Denico Autry is still Denico Autry. Teair Tart is still Teair Tart. Christian Fulton is back. Kevin Byard is still Kevin Byard. So now, just in one game to win on the primetime stage, are these men really going to mail it in? There's no way. They're going to show up and they're going to give it their best effort 100%. So, what can we do to combat this? What can we do what can we expect from this? What can we do to combat the Jacksonville Jaguars, who on their end will be very excited as well? I mean, this is a team that has not made the playoffs since 2017, and even that was one time they made the playoffs. And before then, I want to say they hadn't made the playoffs since 2009. It should have been so like one time in the last 13 years for the Jaguars making the playoffs. And even that one, while they went to the AFC Championship game and came very close to making the Super Bowl, it was a very flaky effort with Blake Bortles at the helm at quarterback. But now they have Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. And Trevor Lawrence is prepared to make his first playoff start, his playoff debut. And man, Trevor Lawrence has been on absolute fire lately. This guy is playing right now as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL over the course of the last 8 weeks. He's been absolutely incredible. Do not let last week's stat line fool you. Only had 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. The interception was whatever interception. He was 17 of 21, and they pulled him basically in the middle of the third quarter. Okay, they didn't care about that game. He didn't care about the game, and they still dominated. It was ridiculous. Do not let his stat line from last week fool you. This guy is playing like an absolute monster, and he's a problem. In fact, when I watch his tape, he's damn near flawless. He doesn't make many mistakes. He elevates the players around him. I mean, look, I'm not that in. I mean, I like Christian Kirk as a slot guy. He's good. Is he a wide receiver one? In my opinion, still no. I mean, maybe statistically, sure. I mean, he have over 1,000 yards. That's going to put him in the top 32 wide receivers, I'm assuming. But I mean, is he a top 32 talent? No. He's elevated Christian Kirk. He's elevated Zay Jones, who sometimes you're not even sure is he an NFL wide receiver. Elevated him. He's made Marvin Lewis hang on to the last, palms and nails of his career. So Trevor Lawrence is elevating the talent over there in Jacksonville. That's something to look out for. But also look out for this defense, as this defense has gained confidence lately, allowing only 3 points both of the last 2 weeks. Now, granted, it was against the New York Jets offense under Mike. Should have been, I think it was Zach Wilson actually maybe for that game. Maybe it was Mike White. But then again, against the Texans, allowing 3 points, it's 3 points in the NFL. If you allow 3 points for 2 consecutive weeks, your defense is turning on. They've been making plays. They've been making turnovers. Tyson Campbell, their cornerback, he's absolutely turned into a budding star kind of in the NFL. He's playing really well this season. Josh Allen, a little bit inconsistent of a pass rusher, but overall pretty damn good at this point. Trevon Walker, their first overall pick, popped off early, been a little inconsistent, only 3.5 sacks on the season, but he's someone that's very dangerous that you have to take into account as well. So they have some pieces on their side of the football field that we have to look out for. But again, they have some pieces. We have some pieces. Let's get into the injury report and let's discuss that as it pertains to this football game and our chances of winning the football game. So you look at the injury report, and this is again what's going to decide a lot. And you see some names that you certainly don't want to see. First, let's start with that name in Traylon Burks at the very bottom of the Tennessee Titans injury report. Limited participation Wednesday and then did not practice on Thursday. This is no good. He has a groin injury currently. Also not good because this is yet another, lower extremity injury for Traylon Burks. Not really sure what's going on with him in terms of his body. He had like a knee thing or a hamstring, and like now we have a groin. Not good. Oh, also the toe. Was it he had a concussion? So you don't like seeing these injuries piling up for Traylon Burks even in his rookie season. Look, he's young. I'm not going to hold this too much against him, but it's something to think about because we're relying on this guy potentially to be our wide receiver #1 next year. You're already seeing the injuries piling up when it comes to Traylon Burks. So that is a situation that we're definitely going to monitor moving forward. Look at the other names. You have Amani Hooker, limited practice, did not practice Thursday with a knee. Now, I think that not practicing Thursday was honestly a precaution. While I think Traylon Burks actually may not play, I think he will. Amani Hooker, I'm pretty sure is going to play. I think they just did not practice him just to give him rest, just to get that knee ready, just to go all in for this game. So I'm not worried about Amani Hooker. You look at Nicholas Petit-Frere, limited, questionable. I'm unsure. I mean, I have no idea if he's going to play. Now, unfortunately, as his rookie season has continued, he has not played great. So that's kind of an issue to where, now, with that said, would I rather have him in there who's been in there all season or would I rather have, Raven Clark, who he signed recently? Well, I'd rather have him. So hopefully he's able to suit up because if he's not out there, you're talking about Raven Clark and Dennis Staley as your bookend tackles in Week 18. Ugh. Look, you guys really want to make the playoffs? Really? Okay. No, it's very interesting. We continue with Dylan Cole. Limited, questionable on his end. Devontae Harris, but did not practice and he will be out. We look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, so he's dealing with the toe, but he'll be fine. He's been running around fine. He's gonna play. Questionable for him. Notable names: Brandon Scherf. We'll see what's gonna happen there. Now he is right now, I'd say maybe their best offensive lineman next to Jawan Taylor. They're both not very good, and Trevor Lawrence gets rid of the ball though, so it doesn't really matter. But we'll monitor that. Foley Fatukasi, we'll see what happens with him. Rashawn Jenkins, Trevon Walker, all questionable. Andrew Wingard, all questionable. We'll see. None of these names are too significant, and they're not really going to determine much when it comes to this game to me. So what will determine this game? Well, let's get to my tighten up keys to the game. What will impact the winner of Tennessee Titans versus Jacksonville Jaguars? Well, my tighten up keys to the game. So, number one, feed the king. You have to feed the king. 100%. I think everyone agrees on this. Look, if you do not run Derrick Henry and Joshua Dobbs to a certain extent for the majority of this game, you're going to lose. We need to control time of possession in this game. We need to get up early in this game. Now, It's much easier to do when you're at home. Unfortunately, we're on the road. So while I can say that this is the easiest strategy that we can do, and yeah, just run the ball. If we fall behind early, we're gonna start throwing with Dobbs and all that. And you can still stick to the run when you're behind. When you're behind in an AFC South clinching game on the road, I mean that's I don't know if I've ever seen that happen. So I don't know if that's a strategy I rely upon. But one chance to win this game is if Derrick Henry has a beast game. And my thing is, look, he certainly can, but recently he's been rushing for 150 yards and we still lose because there's just nothing from the passing game. They're just not nearly enough in the passing game, and I think we're dealing with a similar situation here. So, and again, when it comes to Joshua Dobbs, because I keep offending everyone, when it comes to Joshua Dobbs, I'm assuming a lot of Tennessee Vol fans. Look, Joshua Dobbs, again, he's not terrible. But look, if it was any other name, if we would have picked up Logan Woodside, okay, another career backup. The only difference is Dodd played for a big school in college that a lot of you people are familiar with. Logan Woodside was a backup quarterback for us, literally the backup. Joshua Dobbs has struggled to be a number three recently, like literally this year. He has barely been able to stay on teams, literally this year. I'm not talking about 2, 3 years ago, although we can when Mason Rudolph beat him in camp to be the number two quarterback, and so Dobbs was traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars. By the way, some people mentioned, well, they still have some familiarity with him. I mean, nah, maybe. So, but they got rid of him. So, they needed a quarterback. So my thing is, guys, I just don't have any expectations. I just don't have any expectations. Maybe he'll move the ball. I don't know. I just don't really see it. I don't see it being impactful. I just don't, and I won't. Now we've won games like this before with having bad quarterbacks in there. Malik Willis, we've won with despite him not playing well at all. Actually, have we won with Malik? Yeah, we have. We beat the Texans with him not playing well at all. And we can see something similar here. But those were the Texans. These are the Jaguars. This is an ascending Jacksonville Jaguars team that's trying to clinch their AFC South. But this is a different story. But anyway, that's what you have to feed the king. You absolutely have to feed the king. Number two, you have to exploit and take advantage of and really expose their offensive line. You look at their left tackle situation. Cam Robinson out for the year. They're starting Walker Little, who the last 2 weeks hasn't played bad. I don't think Trevor Lawrence was sacked the last 2 weeks. But this is a guy that you can't trust right now. You don't know anything about Walker Little at left tackle. Their entire offensive line stinks. You're talking about Tyler Shatley. You're talking about Juwan Taylor at the right tackle position. I can't remember who their center is right now. They have Brandon Scherf is their best offensive lineman. He's kind of been milling it ever since he got paid. So, by the way, their center is Luke Fortner, third round pick out of Kentucky. Interesting. But he's not grading out well on Pro Football Focus, according to what I'm saying. So you can exploit and take advantage and expose this offensive line. Now, the one thing, and we capped it, and we will do this to a certain extent. Like I think we will absolutely slow down and maybe even almost eliminate Travis Etienne outside of potentially a big play, which I'm about to get into. I don't expect him to do much. I expect him for most of the game to get less than 3 yards a carry, less than 3, 4 yards a carry for most of the game. I expect that. I expect Jeffrey Simmons to show up front. I expect Tierra Tart to show up front. DeMarcus Walker, who's been playing well, to show up front, slow them down, and do what he needs to do when it comes to that. 100% expose and exploit their offensive line. But number three, and I think this is what's going to end up being the backbreaker, do not limit the big play. So what's going to happen is I think we're going to get a good pass rush on Trevor Lawrence. I think we're going to be able to slow down the run game, force him to throw. My problem is I fear that we're going to let up the occasional big play, like a big Trevor Lawrence 40-yard throw to Christian Kirk, a big Trevor Lawrence run for 25 yards, a big Trevor Lawrence, and it's all going to be Trevor Lawrence. I mean, his playmakers will do the occasional thing and maybe a Travis Etienne run, but really, this is what you're going to see. If you haven't been paying attention, we're going to find out a lot about Trevor Lawrence in this game. Because, again, I really don't even really believe in the Jacksonville Jaguars talent offensively, except for Etienne is good. And look, Kirk is good. I just don't know if he's number one. Evan Ingram is inconsistent, and even he's been going off a little bit with Lawrence. He's just been phenomenal. And again, my problem is Trevor Lawrence last year was not good for the first year in his life. This year, he's great again. And this is a guy that in college, man, when was he really flapped? When was he was under pressure in a high pressure situation? Did he ever fall? Now he got his brains beat by Alabama like once. Okay, the Clemson team was not prepared that year. I don't blame that on Trevor Lawrence. Assuming the team shows up decently fine, it's gonna be to me a similar story to what we saw time and time again against Andrew Luck in high pressure situations. Time and time again against the Sean Washington pressure situations, where this quarterback is gonna make the play that our quarterback won't make. And at least then we had Mariota. At least then we had Ryan Tannehill. At least then we had Matt Hasselbeck. At least then we had Jake Lock. We have Joshua Dobbs. I mean, we barely lost so many games, so many close games that infuriated me with Mariota and Tannehill at the helm because Luck does some BS at the end of the game to pull it out of his ass and win the game. So many games with the Texans where Deshaun Watson does some BS at the end of the game to pull that out and win the game. And that's how I see this game going. Another heartbreaking effort where the quarterback was just better. Now, if things go well, our defense shows up, where we get pressure, maybe we get turned over to, Derrick Henry goes off, we can win, we'll get go to the playoffs. And look, even though I prefer to just, let's just gracefully bow out and just start talking about the draft, I am going to be happy. I will come on here in a good mood if we win the game. I'm not going to be proud. I can't believe we won the game. I'm going to be happy. We made the playoffs. And we'll be facing most likely the Baltimore Ravens. And the thing about that, though, that's again, and I know you guys are excited about making. Wait, we like to face the Ravens or the Chargers. Let me check that. Who is the tiebreaker between those two teams? Because right now the Ravens have. Oh, so we'd likely face the Chargers. Yeah, because the Ravens are going to lose. Now, I mean, we played the Chargers now 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was 17-14. We competed. I mean, could we compete again? Sure. Could we sneak up on them? Sure. It's just not exciting to me. It's like, if we have no chance, look, here's the thing. It's exciting to make the playoffs when you have no chance. Like the Jaguars have no chance. It's exciting because at least you're seeing the upward track. Like you've already beat your expectations. We had higher expectations in this, guys. Like it's kind of like being in a marriage, or just like kind of being in a marriage. And look, I had higher expectations of you, and now you're doing bare minimum. I'm tired of this. I'm leaving this. It's kind of well, maybe I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna leave the team, but you come home telling me, babe, I got a raise. Oh, okay, nice. I expected you to make $30 an hour this year. Yeah, no, okay, now let me think of a better example. Let's say your kid comes home, okay, and you want your kid, you expect, your kid's a straight A student, at the very least an honor roll student. You know this. You know that your kid is an honor roll A student, and they've been struggling this year. Still love your kid. Still love your kid. Kid came home with all B's. B's and maybe a C. I mean, I still love you, and it's alright. It could be worse. Could be worse. But I expected better than this. I'm not excited because, well, he still got overall, he has a 3.0. Okay. Look at your classmates. Look at what they're doing. So look, I'm gonna be here for the playoff run if it happens. I'll be covering it, and look, again, I'll be happy if we win. I'll be happy just coming on here talking about the Jaguars losing because it's just embarrassing for their franchise. But it's just not exciting. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, outside of if this game is kind of exciting, facing the Chargers in the playoffs, it doesn't excite me. Being like someone said recently, the prominent Titans media member, you wouldn't want to go to the divisional round? No. Why do you want to go to the divisional round? So now everyone in the national media, everyone in the world has to watch Titans at Chiefs this season. Everyone has. Why would I be excited for that? I'm sorry. I really want to know why I should be excited to watch Titans Chiefs in the divisional round. The only thing, the only thing is it gives you a sense of like, I don't know, pride. We made the divisional round. Okay, well, here's your pride. We made the AFC Championship in 2019. Do you give a damn about that right now? I'm just asking you. It was nice. And that one was fun. I do have pride about that. That one I have pride about because we weren't expecting it, right? So that one I actually have pride about. But even then, did it save John Robinson's job that he made the playoffs in 2019? No, they cut his ass. They said, get out of here. So don't tell me that every single playoff we got to be excited for. Well, you just cut the GM that made the 2019 AFC Championship. So apparently, just making the playoffs, just making the divisional round isn't good enough. Because you know it's not good enough. Because you know this team isn't good enough. So anyway, look, maybe we'll win. I don't want to be too negative. Maybe we'll win. But my prediction is Tennessee Titans 20, Jacksonville Jaguars 24. Titans failed to get it done, but I could be wrong again. If we win, I'll come on here happy because we beat the Jags. If we embarrass the Jags, then that's my incentive. And then if we win the wild card, yay, we won the wild card, and now we're picking 25th. Yeah, we made the divisional, and we're facing the Chiefs. I'm excited. Can't do it. I can't do it. So, anyway, that's going to do it for me. Tennessee Titans versus Jacksonville Jaguars, Week 18 preview. What are your thoughts on this matchup? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. Until next time, it's been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.